Hello, my outstanding scholars. Welcome to another interesting class. Our topic today is programming with angry birds. In this lesson, you are going to be using characters from the game Angry Birds to develop sequential algorithm to move a bird from one side of a maze to a pig at another point in the maze. I'm sure you are going to have fun learning. Now, before we begin, let's listen to an overview of the lesson.
Today, we're going to learn to program using a drag-and-drop language called Blockly. Blockly uses colorful instructions called blocks to build programs that you can use to solve puzzles. Under the hood, you're still creating code. Each puzzle you'll solve with the code is split into 4 main parts. On the left is the play area, where your program will run. In the center, you will see the toolbox area that holds all the blocks that you will need for each puzzle. To the right is your workspace, where you will drag blocks to build your program. Finally, above the workspace, you will see the specific instructions for each puzzle. Don't worry if you accidentally drag out a block that you don't need. If you have an extra block, simply drag it back into the toolbox to put it away. After you hit run, you can always hit the reset button to get your character back to the start so you can try again.
Welcome back. Do you know the meaning of Blockly? Blockly is a visual programming language which is used to teach kids how to code. Blockly is a visual programming language designed to teach kids how to code. Blockly uses colorful instructions called blocks to create programs that is used in solving puzzles. Now the code studio is divided into 4 main areas. The code studio we are going to be working on is divided into 4 main areas. The first one is the play area. The play area is where the program will run. The play area is where the program will run. That is where you are to run your program using the codes that have been created. And the workspace area is where you drag your blocks to build your program. The workspace area is the open space where you drag your blocks to build your program in a sequential order. Now next we have the toolbox area. The toolbox area is where the blocks you need for each puzzle are kept. In the toolbox area, you have all the blocks in that section. And next we have the instruction area. The instruction area is just directly above the workspace area, and that is where you see specific instructions guiding you for each puzzle. In the instruction area, you see specific instructions that will guide you to run each puzzle. Now let's head over to the code studio for an interesting lesson. Okay, now here is the lesson area on the code studio, and in this particular interface all you need to do is scroll through and search for the lesson you are to attempt. Then you click on the lesson to begin. Now here is the programming puzzle on Angry Birds. Remember, every puzzle have a set of instructions. The instructions are there to guide you on how to run the program. Now the instruction for this puzzle 2 says, for this puzzle, drag all of the blocks together and click run to watch it go. Recall that there are 4 main parts in the programming environment: the play area, the instruction area, as you can see pointed by the arrow. Then we have the workspace area where the blocks are dragged, and here we have the toolbox area where the blocks are kept. Okay, right about now we are going to be working on these puzzles. We are going to follow the instructions that we're given. We're going to stack the blocks together. Then we'll click on run to see what happens. Now we'll click on run and we'll see what happens. Take note of the blocks that have been stacked together. Take note of the algorithm and see what happens. Beautiful. Now you see that was fun, right? Now the next puzzle's instruction says drag an extra move forward block out of the toolbox to finish your code. Now taking a look at the workspace area, we already have 2 blocks which has been stacked now. Then we'll drag an extra move forward block. Just follow me closely. I'm going to drag an extra move forward block from the toolbox area and I move it into the workspace area and stack it together with others. Beautiful. Now we are going to click on run to see what happens. Okay, let's proceed to the next puzzle. The instruction says this pig is roughly my feathers. There is 1 extra block that is going to cause the bed to crash. Throw it away by unhooking it from the gray blocks and dragging it back to the toolbox. Okay, now taking a look at the workspace area, we have blocks of code already, and they are already telling us there is a bug, an error in the program. So let's click on run and see what happens. Can you see that? You can see the bed couldn't move further because there is a bug, which is an error in the program. So we have to debug by finding and fixing the error. The error has to be removed and trashed back in the toolbox area. So I have just removed the error and let's run the program again. Now you will go ahead to complete the other puzzles on the Code Studio. Your progress will be assessed. Now let's take a look at some vocabulary we need to be familiar with in this programming puzzle. First, we have a bug. A bug is an error, or bugs are errors in a computer program. We've learned that previously. Bugs are errors in a computer program, and these errors has to be debugged. It has to be removed for a program to run efficiently and successfully. Now, the next term I want us to learn here is debugging. What is debugging? Now, debugging simply refers to finding and fixing the errors in a program. Finding and fixing errors in a program. When there is an error in a program, the program cannot run properly. Another is algorithm. Algorithm is a set of instructions for solving a problem or completing a task. Algorithm is a set of instructions for solving a problem or completing a task. Lastly, let's look at sequencing. This means putting commands in the correct order so computers can read the command. Putting command in correct order so computers can read the command. I'm sure you have fun learning, kids. Go ahead and complete your puzzles on the Code Studio on Angry Birds. See you in my next class. Bye.